And welcome back to the news at 8. It kills more people than breast, prostate, and pancreatic cancers, but it is the least talked about. March is Colorectal Cancer Awareness Month. It's a time to shed some light on the second leading cause of cancer deaths here in the U.S. As C. McLaughlin reports tonight, the stigma attached to this deadly disease is something a woman wearing a crown is now trying to change.
Knowing what to say, knowing how to act. My name's Jennifer Ruddle. I am United States of America's Mrs. Arizona 2020.
Yeah, I'm sitting on a valley mountaintop with royalty. And by the looks of her childhood albums, it was a role she seemed destined to play.
I started when I was 8, and I'm not really sure how I got involved in it. I think my mom entered me in a pageant, and I just loved it. I loved getting dressed up. I loved meeting the other girls. There was always fun activities around it. So I really enjoyed it.
When she turned 18 and started college, she left pageants behind until another career beckoned her back to the spotlight.
I'm an actress.
Married now for 17 years, she's seen both personal and professional success. But looking back at this picture of a romantic trip with her husband, the energetic and vivacious then 41-year-old remembers feeling unusually fatigued, among other things. So she saw her doctor and never realized how instantly life can change.
They did a blood test, and my doctor called me that night, and he said, I don't want to scare you, but you have severe anemia and you need a blood transfusion, and I need you to go to the emergency room right now. So I kind of thought it was a joke at first because I didn't feel sick. I was climbing Mayan ruins in Belize a couple weeks before this. And they found a mass in my colon, and I'll never forget waking up from the colonoscopy. The doctor was standing there and he said, I sent the biopsy out, and he said, but I've seen this before and I'm 99% sure that it's cancer.
It was considered old man's disease.
But now all of that's changed, where detection rates are on the rise for people under 50, and researchers still can't pinpoint exactly why.
American Cancer Society lowered its recommendation to start screening colonoscopies at 45. It used to be 50, right? But now it's at 45.
Dr. Sunil Sharma, Deputy Director of the famed TGen Research Institute and Chief of Translational Oncology for Honor Health, is now pushing to make young people more aware of what to look for.
You need to be aware that if the symptoms of change in bowel habits, any blood in the stool, increasing amount of fatigue, persist beyond, I would say, a couple of months, then I think you need to advocate for yourself.
In the meantime, Dr. Sharma says it's the basics: plenty of exercise and eat a good diet.
What is good for your heart and your general health is good for your colon. So that's one simple thing to remember.
Jennifer took her stage 4 diagnosis head on, owning all of it, even rocking her 4-inch surgery scar when she went back to competing and winning the state crown with a powerful message.
People look at me and don't see that I look sick, but they don't see the 4-inch scar on my stomach from temporary colostomy that I had to have. They don't see the permanent nerve pain in my legs that I have, or the blisters on my hands and feet from the chemo. So it's been a good opportunity for me to educate people about what that does to somebody and about how you can still have a life through all of that.
Now, almost 2.5 years post-diagnosis, she's beating the odds.
I am stronger than I've ever been.
And more determined than ever to keep climbing that mountain.
I'm traveling around talking to people and educating them and bringing awareness, and I'm giving hope to people. It's incredible. It's incredible to have that ability to give hope back to somebody.
C. McLaughlin reporting tonight. Dr. Sharma would love to see a simple blood test developed that would screen younger people for colon cancer instead of the PrEP intensive colonoscopy. But the doctor urges people to become familiar with their family's medical history. Just simply talk about it. That will help end the stigma.